your son. In the Western world, where women have slowly, gained equity and fought for a lot of injustices in the past, I hope that one day a kid who's broke does not have to pay for the first date. It should be 50-50. We have to do an awkward, clumsy show and dance where we're like, oh, I'll reach for the card and this and that, and the man always has to offer to pay in a nice interpretive dance.
I'll put the tip. No,
this
okay,
clumsy song and dance that has to occur, but this is the thing that happens now, but I don't think so. I think it should be 50-50. You're a grown-ass person and you have yourself a job, you should pay for the expensive thing that you just bought.
I think it depends on the situation. For me, I think that if you go on a date with somebody that you have been talking to for a while and you guys have respect for each other and you have some rapport and you have common interests, I guess, then maybe you probably want to split it in half, have some courtesy. But if it's somebody who you probably talked to like 2 times before you met them, I think the guy should pay, but obviously that comes off like machista, and I don't think that it should be like the law. I think it just should be like depending on what the guy wants to do, and if the girl accepts it, and if the girl doesn't, then it's not meant to be, I guess. Like, my answer is a little bit cloudy because it really depends on the person.
First date.
But if the guy does want to go 50-50, I think that I wouldn't take it as an offense. But I would probably think he's cheap. Yeah. Well, look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. If you have interest, you're gonna try to pay. If the woman, usually you're gonna end up paying on the first date, but if the woman at least attempts to pay and at least gives you some money for tip, then I think that shows that she is willing to help and she's willing to put down, something to contribute to the effort.
So, the big question, who pays on the first date? Alright, so before I met my wife, I was on a 2-year quest to find the love of my life. I went on 77 first dates. What the? 77 first dates? Yeah, a lot, right? And do you think I was going to empty out my bank account to pay for all of those girls? Heck no. Yeah, for some dates I did pay on the first one, but then those girls paid on the second date. And for many of my dates, we just went out for coffee or just to hang around by the beach. So I didn't spend that much money anyway. The day I met my wife, very critical, we went out to eat at a restaurant. I paid for my plate and she paid for her own plate. And to me that was very important. Not because of the money or because of the check. It was because, in my opinion, she respected herself as a person and as a woman as well. And to me, it is an abomination that women who hold the same position as men, they do not earn the same amount, sadly. So, yeah. In my opinion, both men and women, they should both work. They should both change diapers. They should both cook. They should both clean in order to be in a healthy and equal relationship. So, if you're asking me, where has chivalry gone? It is gone. It is way back. I don't know. In the past, in your parents' closets, grandparents' closets, ancestors' closets, for all I know. Nowadays, I can open the door for a woman just like she can open the door for me.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Soccer, one of Danny's friends. The question was asked, who pays for the first date in religion and culture and this and that? So, My personal take on it is men should pay. But, and technically in a standpoint, cultural standpoint and perspective, men should pay. But nowadays, things are gotten so advanced and into women's rights and stuff. So women all want to be all independent and self-sufficient. So I say, you know what? Women want to pay? Go ahead and let them do it. Guys, you know what to do? Order the lobster. Peace.
Hi, I'm Trey,
And I'm Kylie.
and we've been together for about 1.5 years. We wanted to answer the question of who we think should pay first on a first date. So why don't you go ahead, Kylie, start us off.
Well, I mean, when you and I first went out, we went to a bar and we split our drinks, which is what I would usually do if I was, dating. I usually like to split, at least at first, because I make my own money and I should be able to spend it when I want to. And I appreciate the gesture of a man trying to, buy me a drink or whatever. So if he really wants to, he can. But I also like being independent, so something I value.
I think splitting is my preferred ideal as well. I also feel like, offering is not a big deal. Like, you can always offer, but it's one of those kind of like social feel throughs where you have to make sure that it's not necessarily an empty gesture, but still like maybe just one of those things where you ask to like show that you do care, but like not necessarily feel like you have to actually go through and make a big purchase to show off how awesome you are, something like that.
Yeah, if a guy offers to buy me a drink, I'm gonna think it was nice. I mean, I'm still gonna say no, I'll buy my own, but I'll still probably like him for at least offering, because that's a nice gesture, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So the question is, who should pay on the first date? Now, typically, the guy would, be chivalrous and pay on the first date. But what if it's two guys going on a date? Who pays for the date? So my opinion on that is whoever initiated the date or asked the other to go on the date is the one that should pay. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the way it is, because you're two individual consenting adults. So either one of you can pay. But for me, I feel like the one who initiated the date is the one who should pay for the date.